Hey, it's Big Ed here, obviously, from 90 Day Fiancé, the villain.
I'm always going to be an ass.
I'm here to reminisce, share some memorable scenes.
I smell like an egg salad sandwich.
There's chickens. There's chickens.
You tasted like a peach last night. Cheers.
Hope you enjoy. I'm excited.
Since I met Rose, I want to look young for her. So I have been dyeing my hair, and it irritates my scalp. So I found out that mayonnaise makes it smoother and less dry.
Oh my God. I don't think that's me. I can smell the mayonnaise through the clip. I'm going to be honest, you guys, it works. It smells horrible, but there's a lot of protein in mayonnaise. And I used to dye my hair a lot. You'd get like an irritated scalp, and I would do that probably every 3 weeks. It actually worked, but it stunk.
Nice?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, probably the funniest part of this scene, believe it or not, was how much enjoyment Rose was getting in watching me suffer. I'm showering with my future father-in-law and showering with a rat.
Oh my God!
And I even asked Rose, I go, is that a rat? She goes, it's a mouse. She thought it was a mouse. I'm like, holy shit, if that's a mouse, we're screwed. That was probably my moment where I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to stay there another night. This was definitely the strangest experience of the entire season, showering with the dad and the rat scene. And it's my understanding that it is the most iconic scene in TLC history for 90 Day Fiancé.
So this is mouthwash. And I got you a cute toothbrush. This, your breath is not pretty.
The look on her face was just like, somebody looks at you, they're just so disappointed. What they didn't show was, which I'm kind of upset about, they didn't show the beautiful teddy I got her. Somewhere in there, the dichotomy of lingerie and toothpaste, somehow it equaled each other out, but it didn't. And I wasn't in any way trying to embarrass her or be mean, but their hygiene, it's not like we have, in the U.S. Unfortunately, it was really bad. And even when I met her at the airport, I'm like, hey, you want some gum? She's like, no. I'm like, please, you have to have some gum. But I wasn't quite sure how I was going to let her know that, she had really bad breath. She's a beautiful girl, beautiful woman, and I didn't mean to offend her. And when I was giving Rose a foot massage, it kind of freaked me out a little bit, to be honest. They were, she did have pretty hairy legs. And I'm from San Diego, California, and the women there, they laser their body. Like, they have no hair anywhere. So that's something that I'm very accustomed to. Again, I wasn't trying to be mean. It was just different,
Me siento un poco consternada por lo que sucedió el día que tuvimos.
Yeah, so a big shout out to my mom. She's definitely my biggest fan, and she's my hero. So a quite shocking event.
Ay, Dios mío.
Kaory and I were having a nice dinner. It was the first time I was meeting her, and we're in a cafe, and there was a disagreement between two law enforcement agencies that we found out later on. Well, we're sitting there just enjoying dinner, and the producers come running in, and then we heard gunshots, and everybody just hit the deck. And I was never been so afraid in my life. I really thought this was it. This will be the end of Big Ed. We ran to a bathroom in the back. There was no backdoor exit, and the only thing we could do was huddle. We couldn't even close the door to the bathroom because there were so many people that were hiding. So I just kind of blanketed everybody and just prayed that nothing was going to happen. I didn't feel like a hero. I was basically my pants, but my first instinct was to protect Kaory and everybody else. And I'm not a hero, by the way, but I was definitely not thinking about my safety at all. She's not the one that got away as much as the one that ran from me, or no, I'm sorry, she sprinted. Very nice girl, but just not a love connection.
I've been here before. I have a elf, a leprechaun costume, and I'm alive, but I'm buried.
Oh my God. I don't know why I describe myself as a leprechaun.
I don't think I've ever had a leprechaun, honestly.
I remember seeing a lot of green, and I had like black boots on, and I was in mud. It was an out of body experience, to say the least, but I was as skeptical as you can be. I didn't believe it was actually going to work. No one can ever hypnotize me, but Dr. Petey just had a way about her and was able to put me at ease. It was almost like you were awake sleeping. It's actually called past life regression therapy.
What was the soul lesson that came through that lifetime on into the cell memories of this lifetime again?
That I'm not loved.
I walked away knowing that, which was kind of ironic. I was a circus performer, and I'm kind of a performer today. That's how I like attention. So there were a lot of parallels or similarities that I found in going through this process. Because of my clipple file, I was treated differently. I was bullied a lot, and I had to be funny to get attention. A lot of these similarities were spot on. I probably should not have described myself as a leprechaun.
Did you guys have sex?
Okay, so yeah, I mean we made love all night. That was great last night, by the way.
Cover your ears.
Both times.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, this was the first night that we got it on. Liz would always like do my hair, which was really, awesome. So it's moments like this that I'm glad they showed, because there was definitely a very loving side of Liz that I'll always miss. Liz was always the more, sexually aggressive one in the relationship, which I very much appreciated often. Liz is going to be somebody pretty tough to beat in the bedroom. I'll say that. And I mean, we had a couple marathon events, and I think at one time it was over 8 times. I had a really cool outdoor patio area, and yeah, we were out there all night. I pray to God our neighbors didn't have cameras. That part of Liz, I'm definitely going to miss.
You're hiding something, and I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out about it. And the way that she was reacting to you was how a girlfriend would react to a girlfriend. It was a physical reaction.
The girl in question was a lesbian and would hit on Liz at work and would make comments to me all the time, like if you guys ever broke up, Liz and I would be dating. It just happened so often that I just didn't like her. I didn't care for her. I also was upset that Liz even invited her, knowing how I felt about her. And when I saw her grab Liz, it looked like a cat fight. And I told her, hey, get your, whatever, hands off my fiancé. In Liz's defense, she and I both had a ton to drink. And that's what happens when you party too much.
He says, I want to come to the Philippines again to see you if you're open. You just said that you were in communication with her.
Liz, sit down.
I kind of got side blinded here. What they didn't show was the bottom of the text where I let Rose know, and I'm in a relationship. So this was during the time that we were broken up. And to be honest, I couldn't remember when or if I ever talked to Rose. I couldn't remember if, because we were broken up so many times and then together so many times, I couldn't even, it was a blur. I had no real way of knowing when this happened. I answered honestly, I never did, or I don't remember. But I was mad that they didn't show the part of the text that I told Rose, and I'm in a relationship. These are the things that I play back in my mind, that I know that I made the right choice by not marrying Liz. And, everybody's ganging up on me, including Liz. When you love somebody, you have to love everything about them, the good stuff and the bad stuff. And I felt no love or support from Liz, at this particular event. And that's why I asked for the ring back, and I got a lot of blowback. But it's hard when you're with someone and you love them, but yet they don't support you. And this was ultimately something that I considered by not marrying Liz. What if this were to, ever happen again?
I know we wouldn't want to end in a divorce, and that's how I saw it happening, and I didn't want to do that to you.
Don't you think that I should have known first?
This was tough to watch. It is tough to watch because, in a way she was giving me a compliment, and Yeah. This, for me, was, a moment that I really realized that she really did love me and was in love with me. I believed it, for the first time, which made it even harder. But I knew in my heart that I couldn't put her through, a divorce. There's no way I was going to do that. She has since moved on, and I want her to be happy, and I don't want to be a distraction for her. I don't want her to have to feel bad about, what happened to us, and I want her to be able to remember the happy times. I want to remember the happy times as well, and I'll always love Liz. She'll always be a part of my life. I have a tattoo of her and I that will never come off. And people are like, "Why not? You should have it redesigned." I'm like, I leave it there because it's a part of our history that I don't want to erase. I don't regret being with Liz, but at the same time, I don't regret having to let her go. For anyone that's had to go through this, it is the hardest thing in the world to let go of somebody that you love, that you know it's not going to work. And I know Liz is in a much better place now. And I know Rose is too. And I want her to be happy too. Even the fact that I went to see her, her life, it changed her life for the better. When I met her, she basically lived in that cement room I slept in. And now she just finished a 2-story house. She opened up a store for Prince. They sell food, and she's a model now. So her life and Prince's life are a lot better. That's on me. And that stuff makes me feel good because no one wants to dismantle or destroy somebody else's life. You always want to leave it in a better place. Being on 90 Day Fiancé all these years, it's been a wonderful ride, and it's been bittersweet at times. A great experience. I have no regrets. I have no regrets with Kaory, with Mia, with Liz. I have no regrets. When I go back to Arkansas, I'm chairing a golf tournament called Swing for Change, where we raise money for any family that has experienced a death of an infant under the age of 2. Working with a charity event, it's called Remembering Nicholas. And the fact that because of my condition with Klippelfile, I'm able to inspire other people that have the same, syndrome to want and have a better life. So I'm able to make a difference because of the fact that people know who I am.